Hi everybody, I'm Angel and welcome to day 3 of our cheese extravaganza. And today I have a bonus recipe for you because I'm going to use the delicious cheeses that I've been making over the last couple days to make our dinner. So yes, Terry still lives here. I still love him to death. It's just been crazy, but I think for the remainder of these cheese videos, he's going to be joining me. So thank you for being patient. He's actually here this time, but tending to our grandson because he's spending the night with us tonight. So without further ado, here's what we are going to do. So growing up Italian, we always had some kind of ricotta mixture in everything. And the ricotta cheese needed to be delicious and gooey and just taste amazing, not just right out of the container. Although I promise you, I can sit down back in the day and eat a whole container of ricotta cheese. And like I told you yesterday, I could have ate all that ricotta cheese. I have a thing for ricotta cheese. So I hope you do too. So here's the ricotta cheese that we made. Kept it in the fridge, still the same. And then here is the mozzarella cheese we made a couple days ago, and still hard and looking delicious and very fragrant. I'm gonna put it over here, and I am going to move my beautiful veggies. Are these veggies gorgeous or what? And I'm gonna take this knife and just cut off a piece so that you see how nice this cuts. Hopefully you can see. And you know, if you were doing this for a party, you could just cut off all the funky ends and make it pretty, you know, but it's so good. Listen, if you're just, sorry, I don't mean to be rude. If you just started eating plant-based, it's probably going to take a little bit of time for your taste buds to change. Just trust me. They will change. I remember the first time that I tried cheese when we went whole food plant-based, and it was a rough go. But I've learned a lot over the years, and you know, you got to try it. So good. Okay. You want to take your whole recipe of ricotta and put it in a mixing bowl. So this cheese today is going to be our ooey gooey version of ricotta that you can put into a delicious dish, and it won't just taste like ricotta. It'll have all, like, just how cheese gets so stringy and hot and delicious. So take your mozzarella and grate it into your ricotta. And the way we used to do it is we used to take our ricotta, cow's milk ricotta, and put it in a bowl, and then we would add a bunch of shredded mozzarella. So this is the same deal here. And I have to show you, you probably can't see, but I will hold this up to the camera once I get this shredded, because you know, you can't get enough of this cheese. And I mean, even if you go overboard, you know what the ingredients are. I mean, this is so low in fat compared to, I mean, we don't buy the vegan cheeses already made. I mean, but just the cow's milk cheese or any cheese that we used to love, it was one of my food groups. Believe me, it's just minimal. But here's the shredded cheese on top of the ricotta. Yum, I'm salivating. So, anyhow, put as much in there as you like. I'm gonna work on measurements because I am gonna put this recipe on the app. Just wanna keep my hands clean. And you have got to put parsley in it. So the reason why I never used fresh parsley in my ricotta mixture for my lasagnas or raviolis or pasta bakes or whatever I was doing is because when you put fresh parsley in here, it turns the whole mixture green. So So that could be not appealing to people, and I just like it. So I know that I put an amazing amount, a lot of parsley. See, that's not even enough. So I didn't know how much I put because I just go by eyesight. So that was 1/4 cup. Don't worry, it's delicious. Garlic powder. I'm not gonna start steering you wrong now. 1 teaspoon, and I promised you that these recipes were gonna be soy-free, gluten-free, oil-free, salt-free, sugar-free. But when I was growing up, we always put a little bit of sugar in the ricotta mixture along with eggs and that type of stuff. So what I did is I am going to use this maple sugar, and the only ingredient is maple syrup. So as far as I'm concerned, this is sugar-free. So I'm going to put, I don't know, a couple tablespoons. Okay, because there's something about having that in there, and you won't taste it, but it makes all the difference. So there's our mixture. I'm gonna mix it up and incorporate it really well. And then I am gonna use this tonight to make a delicious, guaranteed, veggie lasagna. Well, delicious to us, veggie lasagna, and it's gonna be so good. I'm gonna cut my lasagna noodles out of my beautiful zucchinis, and I'm gonna slice, aren't these gorgeous, these little vine ripe tomatoes. I'm gonna have tomatoes in there. I'm gonna have cheese. I warmed up some of my red Italian gravy. It's on the app. I have it frozen all the time, so whenever we want a pasta dish, I don't have to figure out what am I gonna do, how long is this gonna take me. I always batch cook that stuff, and like I've told you before, my son does it for me now, which is amazing. So this is what the mixture looks like, and this looks just like how we used to make our raviolis and our lasagnas and all of our dishes. But if I did the fat and saturated fat and cholesterol, salt, and all of that content compared to what's in here, I would probably be amazed. I've never done the project, but oh my gosh. Out of this world. I cannot wait. How easy is that? So the cheese for day 3, yum. We'll call it yum cheese. So the cheese for day 3 is this mixture of the ricotta and the mozzarella with a couple other things to make a special cheese that you can put into whatever you like savory ricotta dish to be. So I'm not going to take a lot of time and show you this whole dinner and how I assemble it. I'll assemble it and we'll come back and I'll show it to you. But I basically put a layer of gravy in the bottom of the pan, and that acts as the non-sticking agent and is delicious. So I've always done this. You could always, you know, you can use pasta if you want, but tonight, and sorry for the corning thing, and it looks crazy, but this is my grandmother's. So that's how old that is, and it's still kicking. And I'm just going to use my little julienner here, and I mean julienner. My handheld, oh help me, what is that thing called? My handheld, you know, the thing that you get out and you take the, yeah, I know you all are saying it right now, and I'll think about it when I'm watching this video. But anyhow, I'm gonna make my little pasta noodles out of that. I'm gonna lay them in here. So a whole layer of that on the bottom. Then I'm gonna put a layer of cheese. And then I'm gonna slice these tomatoes, which I've already washed. Slice them. And then I'm gonna put the tomatoes on top of the cheese. and then I'll come right back and show you how I finish it off. Okay, I'm back, and that didn't take long to assemble, and this baby is heavy. I gotta tell you something. I always forget something in a recipe. I have been making that cheese recipe for more years than I can count, probably 40 plus, and it's cheese on top of cheese, and I forgot the Parmesan. So hello, I did put the first layer in, and then I was thinking about how am I gonna finish it off, and doing a whole bunch of thinking because I'm here by myself and in this room, and I was like, I didn't put the Parmesan in. So the second layer had the Parmesan in the cheese. So put the Parmesan in the cheese along with everything else that I told you. To taste, 2 tablespoons to 1/4 cup, just depending on your taste. So you can find the Parmesan cheese recipe on my app or website, but sorry, that's what happens when you don't write stuff down. So I'm gonna do the last layer really quickly. Actually, I'm gonna put this gravy on top of the cheese. So I actually ended up only having room for 3 zucchini, but they were pretty big. 3 zucchini, 2 green, 1 yellow. I used all the tomatoes that I had on my board. I had 8 tomatoes, but they're not too big. I think they're called Campari tomatoes or something like that. So the tomatoes, and obviously all the cheese. This is enough because this is very, very heavy. It may not look huge, but it's heavy and it's thick. This is probably enough for 8 people, you know, because I mean, we eat it with a salad and stuff. So 6 to 8 people, depending on appetite. And you know what, even when you're full, it's hard to walk away from this because it's really good. So I finish it off with a layer of gravy and tomato. Trying to do this quickly because I wanted to show you what it looked like. Oh, and as soon as I shut off the camera, I remembered the thing is a mandolin. Instead of using a mandolin, I do use that peeler just because it's just less work for me, and I don't cut. I have cut myself on a mandolin before, and I do like the mandolin, but you know, when Terry is not here to help me, I tend to take more shortcuts. So you're seeing what I do when I don't have a helper. And if Terry were here, he would have remembered mandolin and he would have said it. So, all right. So then I take more of the cheese and I grate it on top. Just so it's like warm and gooey and delicious on top of all that delicious cheese that's packed inside of here. I hope you try this dish because you're gonna love it. So put as much grated cheese on the top as you like, mozzarella, and then finish it off with a sprinkle of this delicious Parmesan cheese. Well, a sprinkle to you may not be a sprinkle to me. Remember what I said about cheese being one of my food groups? So cheese and veggies, yum. How can you go wrong? Wow, this baby is heavy. So I'm gonna pop this in the oven and then I will show it to you when it comes out. Okay, 375, I don't know, 30 minutes, we'll try it. Okay, be back. Okay, so it's been about 30 minutes and or so, give or take, plus or minus, and I'm gonna go get this out of the oven and show you what it looks like. Oh, wow. Woo! This is beautiful. Okay, here it comes. Voila. Oh my gosh. It is smoking hot and heavy. But I just want you to see how beautiful the cheese is on top. And this baby, wow. I am really excited. It's super fragrant. And this is gonna be delicious. Now, before we cut into this, I'm gonna have to let it cool off a little bit because it's smoking. But anyway, it was fun making the ricotta mozzarella mixture with you. I got to think about what I'm going to call it because I'm going to put it on the app and the website for you to pull the recipe down and go ahead and use it yourself. But it's been a fun past 3 days, and we got 3 more recipes coming for you. Hope you're enjoying this series. If you like, please like, and I appreciate everything you all are doing to support Terry and I. Much love to everybody. Bye-bye.